Showers, 31 for a high.
We have Chef Ryan Nolan from Mahoney's Grill in Oshkosh here with us this morning. You always do such good stuff.
Thank you.
You got a great idea for an appetizer for a holiday party.
Yeah, well, you know, you go to holiday parties and you're going to get the typical bacon wrap, chestnuts, or scallops. So,
Yeah.
you know, puff pastry this, quiche this. Why don't we change it up? We'll do a little Asian. You know, we got some vegetables. It's a little bit lighter. So it's you're gonna feel a little bit better at the end of the day.
I like that.
So what we're going to do, we got a pan that we're getting hot here, and hopefully it's hot enough.
Okay.
If not, we'll fake it. So we've got some sesame oil there. We're getting nice and sweated. To that, we're going to add a little bit of garlic, and obviously our pan is not hot enough yet.
That's all right,
so
it'll get there.
We're going to imagine that right now we're sweating this garlic and this onion, and it's just coming out great.
Okay.
And actually, I think what we'll do is we'll
Maybe turn her up a little bit.
crank that even more.
Okay.
So, and actually this is a good point because we don't want to have our oil too hot, because if we were to add that garlic and that scallion in there, we're going to burn it right away, and there's nothing worse than burnt garlic. So we're going to imagine that that's sweating just fantastically, and once we get the garlic so it's tender, we got a little brown on there, you're just going to have this great wonderful nose on it. Then we're going to add in our beef. So what I have here is just some tenderloin, and you can use whatever you wanted. If you wanted to use flank steak, if you wanted to use, anything you had left over, if you had something in the freezer that you needed to use up. So we just kind of thin slice this, just shredded it a little bit, and you're going to cook that till it browns up, and we're just imagining this great smell of the beef just cooking fantastically now. So once that beef kind of browns off, then we've got a great selection of vegetables that we're going to add to it. You can kind of change it up to whatever you'd like. So for us, we're going to use some red onion and then some cabbage. I love adding cabbage to things because it adds a sweetness, and it's quite cost effective. So it's a good thing to use. We've got some julienne carrots, we've got some green and red peppers, and we also have some mushrooms. Now if you wanted to use bean sprouts or asparagus or anything you'd like, go ahead and use it. It's kind of the fair game there. So as this beef starts to brown, eventually we're going to add in all our vegetables. And I like to add my vegetables at the end so they kind of stay crisp. But I want them a little crunchy. We don't want them cooked all the way. And then we're going to make a simple little sauce where we're going to use hoisin, which is like this great almost Chinese barbecue sauce, I guess you could call it. And it's made from fermented soy and also sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And we're going to also add some soy sauce to it to add that kind of salt content, a little bit of lime juice. And then we're going to spice it up with some chili flake. So as our beef is cooking here, what we're also going to add is a little bit of ginger powder. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and use fresh ginger, great. Go ahead and add it with your garlic. I think for most people, it's just going to be easier to buy a little ginger powder at the grocery store instead of going through all the way to get that fresh ginger peeled and minced and everything. So we're also going to add our chili flakes now too, because as we apply heat to them, it's going to open up those oils in there and really bring out the flavor and the heat.
Is that okay that I'm stirring?
Yeah, yeah. So
should I be stirring or not?
Yep, you want to stir it. We don't want to burn it. We want to brown it a little bit. But we're getting a little close on time here, so we're going to add our vegetables, and we're going to keep cooking this. And what we would do is once our vegetables are to that point, we'd add all the rest of our stuff, our lime, our sesame, or excuse me, our soy and our hoisin. We'd finish it in these Boston head or butterhead lettuce. So we're going to put a little bit in each one, and you're going to kind of, hold it like you would a taco.
Yeah.
We garnish it with some cilantro, and you're all set.
That's brilliant. Well, Chef Nolan is sticking around because he's going to show us how to make a cocktail in our next hour. So then he can show you how this all comes together and how beautiful it looks on the plate. But we also have the recipe right now on fox11online.com. Just click on the Good Day Wisconsin tab. Thanks so much.
Thank you.